Manchester United 5. Marcus Rashford with a hat-trick. Greenwood with his first goal in the Champions League. Ollie absolutely destroyed Julian Nagelsmann and RB Leipzig tonight. 100% record so far in the Champions League. One of the best nights in Europe of my lifetime as a Manchester United fan. And listen here, Sir Marcus Rashford has arrived. He is world class. Let's go! I am over the moon. I am shocked. I am happy. I feel so much love right now for Ollie and these boys. What a performance from front to back by Manchester United tonight. Every single player to a man was good to absolutely astounding. Not one player let the team down tonight. A few notable shout-outs before I get myself too excited and get the panel on here. Aaron Wan-Bissaka made for this level. Absolutely exemplary. De Gea with an excellent save when we needed him. Lindelof and Maguire, flawless performance at the back again. Luke Shaw, since Terrace has arrived, has turned into a proper left back. Paul Pogba, bro, stand up, take your applause. Top-class midfield performance tonight. You, sir, were absolutely majestic. Majestic. Fred, astounding. Absolute best performance in a Man United shirt from you tonight. Out of this world. Donny van der Beek, Matic, very, very good as well, no doubt about it. Donny van der Beek did what Donny van der Beek did, and the plethora of talent we had left on the bench made it even more amazing that he was starting. Mason Greenwood, one of the youngest Man United players ever to score in the Champions League. What a superb take. Absolutely skinned Upamecano alive for that goal. And of course, Martial really struggled throughout the game, but come up in the end, got his goal, stood strong. Bruno, when he came on, out of this world, we know how good he is. Anyone that wants to sleep on him being the best attacking midfielder in the Premier League, come chat to me. But Marcus Rashford stole the show. I'm sorry. He stole the show tonight. What he came on and did was absolutely out of this world phenomenal. Not only to score a hat-trick, but to change the game, to influence the game, the quality of goal, the quality of the man, to give the penalty away and still come on. And by the way, let's just get this straight right now. Let's get this straight right now. We're not taking calls on Skype. Please don't call on Skype. This is Leipzig that are top of the Bundesliga and were Champions League semi-finalists last season. I want your views and I want your opinions on this. Get your super chats in now, people. What a game. What a performance. Ollie destroys and ruins Nagelsmann. Who wants him as Man United manager now? I think I've changed my mind after seeing that performance. But the Ollie outers, I want to hear from you tonight. Can't tell me there's no system. It's the third, fourth game running where the system's changed halfway through. We were getting bullied for about a 10-minute period in that second half until those substitutions, and then bang, the game changed. We made them capitulate. One of the best performances we've seen from Man United in the post-Fergie era. It was astounding. My mind is blown. I'm so happy right now. We're going to get the panel on right away. Over 2,000 people watching already. Let's get this video trending. By first of all hitting the like button, please. First of all, hit the like button. I'm going to share the link for you to call in later. Aside from that, go into the description below. First of all, sign up, become a member, please, from as little as 99p a month. Subscribe to the Clips channel. That's really important to myself and KJ. Thirdly, sign up to our mailing list so you never miss a live stream again. Let's go and get the boys on. We actually got some super chats first. I'm going to do super chats first. Says, big up the football terrace. Our bench is starting to show its quality. Good to see the boys making waves in Europe. Yes, Jesse Dyer, absolutely right. Jerome here says, it's a beautiful display of pragmatic and counter-attack football at its finest. Leipzig had no answer, just brilliant. The scum are shaking in their boots, right? The scums are shaking in their boots right now. Liverpool fans are fuming right now because we're looking better than them, and we have been looking better than Liverpool for the last 7 or 8 months of football. We now need to make that into a full season, but the football is amazing. Pretty good by a PE teacher. How did Poch do against Nagelsmann, I wonder? Great point again. And listen, this ain't a one-off display tonight. The last 4 games have been majestic. The last 4 games have been majestic. In fact, since Bruno Fernandes arrived at the club, Man United have got over a 72% win ratio. Another 2 clean sheets, 2 games running. United are starting to find their feet this season, and I am so excited. I truly, truly am. Super chats galore here. A true definition of an impact substitute. Amazing. Rashford on fire. We are going to talk massively about Rashford tonight because that boy is in scintillating form. 4 goals for him in the Champions League now. And I shared his picture in a collage of photos when I said who's going to be the top goal scorer in the Champions League. And again, Rashford laughed at Gucci Wilcott. What you saying, Rents? What you saying, Rents? Gucci Wilcott, you know, Marcus Rashbeck and all this nonsense. The boy is top class, on his way to being world class. There is no doubt about it. This boy is absolutely on fire. Anyone saying Ollie is a PE teacher needs their hard drive checked immediately. Ollie Alters took a major L tonight. Unlucky lads, back the manager. Absolutely right. Let's get the panel on now, people. Let's smash that like button. Let's get the panel on. Let's just do this. Oh, by the way, we've got an exclusive piece of footage of the Ollie Alters. We're joined by the boys here. The boys in the house. It's Avengers.
We can do this. We can do it again. We can finally do it again. Vibes FC. I love you guys, fam. Let's go.
The night was just out of this world. Meeks, I've got to come to you first, bro. Backed Ollie since day one on this channel for before I even knew who any of these other mans were, right? Just tell me how you're feeling right now to see our team destroy a club that were meant to destroy us.
Listen, I'm just feeling vindicated, man. Absolutely vindicated. Listen, these guys have put us through the mill in the last 18 months. And today, for me, was the culmination of all the work that Ollie and the boys have tried to do in the last 18 months. There's been ups, there's been downs. But, I mean, this is probably our best performance. This is probably our best 90-minute performance in Ollie's time here. And you know what? I love it. I love it. I'm not usually one to start talking about, other Man United fans who didn't believe me or who were wrong about this or wrong about that. I've stood by my views, even in times of where it looked unlikely, where it was the unpopular opinion. Tonight, I'm having it. Every person even just in the last few weeks, in the last couple of days, because we drew with Chelsea, who was laying into this manager. They don't know what they're doing. Free Van der Beek, he's a PE teacher. Rashford hasn't got footballing intelligence. Have some shame. Marcus Rashford, MBE, MVP. He scores the first hat-trick for Man United since Robin van Persie in 2000. This man in the Champions League. Yeah. Cool. Marcus Rashford.
Let's keep it going.
Marcus Rashford. We salute you. We absolutely salute you. And listen, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, if after today you don't put some respect on his name, I dismiss all your footballing opinions. I dismiss them completely because they are agenda driven. Put some damn respect on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and the boys.
Do you know what? I want to say on that quickly as well. Everyone knows I came out and apologized back in March, April because of my views on Ollie. And it's because of what I started to see since then. Yeah, we've had some bad performances. We've had some bad results, like every single team in the world since that point. But we've won 70, and I'll bring this up and I'll keep saying it. We were at a 39% win ratio from when Ollie was made permanent manager up until our back-to-back defeats to Liverpool and Burnley. And that was when the media came out showing us some stats. And the word was, you've got to improve, Ollie. Since then, he's improved to a 72% win ratio across all competitions for United. Better than any other manager in the Premier League in that time period. Better than anybody else. By the way, a better win ratio than the whole of Pep's career at Man City. Now, that doesn't mean he's a finished article and we should just sit back and relax. We should always want to improve. But things have been getting better and better and better and better. And you don't have to think he's the manager that's going to make us champions of the world again. But as you say, to not respect his name, to not think there's a system, to not say that he has an idea of what he's doing tactically, The last 3 or 4 games are beyond proof that he knows what he's doing. It's phenomenal. I'm going to come to KJ next, bro. Give me your thoughts in a minute or so of round up it up in a couple of minutes for us. I can't even speak. I'm so excited on how.
Yo, listen. Ever since the transfer window, it's been doom and gloom, and I was on this Vibes FC thing. Ever since Vibes FC came about, we have been so much better. When we relax as fans and just take every game as it is and let the players play their game, let Ollie do his thing, look what can happen. Let these guys do what they're doing. Are they going to win us the Champions League? Probably not. Are they going to win us the league? Probably not. But let them do something and show us that they've got the ability to do so. Today was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Everyone, you can't fault anyone's performance today. And the MBE, I said it and I say it again. The MBE is give Rashford powers, and we love to see it. Martial, he's had a slow start this season, but we love to see a goal and assist, get his confidence up, so when he comes back into the team, he's firing. Mason, Captain Marvel Greenwood, doing what he does, which is finishing, no matter what angle it is. He's a ridiculous kid. The midfield was beautiful. Everyone who was screaming, free Donny van der Beek. He was free, bro. He was freed. And look, we win 5-0. You know what I'm saying? Be happy with that. We finally got squad depth, and the bench was looking nice. And I'm looking forward to see what we can do going forward. And then we can do this today. We can do this today.
Absolutely, we can. Zane here says we are ready for Sunday. Bring it on. I'm not going to dismiss Arsenal. I'm not that kind of fan. But listen, sometimes in football, it's about timing. And if you'd have Arsenal 4 weeks ago would have loved to have played us. Right now, coming up against Man, we are in serious form right now. It's going to be an amazing game on Sunday. Danny, give me your thoughts on that performance by Manchester United, my bro.
Oh man, it's been a long time since Man United played, and you know me, Terry. You see me behind backstage, I start dancing and stuff, just excited to get on. Man United 5, Leipzig 0. Are you kidding me? That's best mad. Performance. That's the best performance in Europe, probably since the 7-1, since we beat Roma 7-1, to be honest with you. Like, in terms of just a performance in one game. Just a one-game performance, 5-0 at home to Nagelsmann, the new shiny toy that everybody wants as their manager. Like, they're top of the Bundesliga. There's no excuses here. There's no asterisks. We beat a top team 5-0 in the Champions League in a run of fixtures that everybody told me would cost Ollie his job. I told people, I'm going down with the ship. I got told there's no ship. I got told I was on a buoy or whatever you call it. That's what I got told. Yeah, I told, man, this fixture list, like, I saw it and I thought, no, we will navigate it. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's record against Pep, Jose Mourinho, Poch, who people want, now Nagelsmann, next the previous week against Tuchel. Give this man his respect. He clearly knows what he's doing. He's clearly a tactician. The standard of coaching is clearly good. Otherwise, you would not get these results in these games against these top teams. And let's just add some distinctions here. When we go into these big matches, we're not doing what Arsenal do, where we barely manage 3-4 attempts on goal. No, we get into the double figures in these matches. 12 to 15 attempts on goal. Big chances created. Big chances. And now Ollie switched to the diamond. Yo, I said before, maybe this ain't sustainable. Neeks convinced me earlier on, where he said, you know what? If Ollie's brave enough to rotate this midfield and say, Pogba, you're on the bench for this game, but you'll come on and you'll start next week. Same to Bruno, same to Donny. We've got 4 very good to excellent strikers. And yo, we're good to go.
You make a great point there, Danny, and it's one. There are things to have criticised Ollie about in recent time. One that people are voting for, which I've always said was wrong, even when I didn't necessarily want him here, is that he hasn't got good man management. Because you know what I see when Pogba's on the bench for 3 games running, and he comes on and then plays as a sub or starts today. There's no attitude. There's nothing but desire, work rate, and determination. Ollie may not be, and even when those leaked stories from Ed Woodward were coming out when he was gearing up to sack Ollie if these 5 games went badly. You still saw certain comments from the players within that. They respect and like Ollie. They like how he goes about things. And do you know why? Because he hasn't been doing what a lot of the Ollie outers have been demanding of him. Outing players in public, attacking the club in the press, arguing with the directors in press conferences. He's kept things 100% professional. Cam, I want to speak Rashford when it comes to yourself for a minute, mate. I mean, it's a hat trick. We know how great a hat trick is. And he got it after being so gentlemanly in giving, you know, he feeds kids, he feeds Martial. Like, he just, that is absolutely amazing.
And he served Upamecano on a plate today.
Listen, I love Upamecano. He's going to be a top player. But, you know, like in the summer, it's like, sign up Upamecano and it fixes our defense. Shush people and actually watch some football. Talk to me about Marcus Rashford, please.
Marcus Rashford had that man on skates today. Like, he came on and it was just, this is what people need to understand. Like, I brought it up on Vibes FC. We needed time to train. Like, we did not have time to train in this diamond. Marcus Rashford came on playing in this diamond and he looks unplayable. He was turning like left, right. Every move he made just looks so sure of himself. That MB has given him powers. This man has taken it. He's world class. He is world class. I do not care anymore. I'm done. Like, after this season, it will be done. Obviously, we need the outputs, but the outputs will be there. Marcus Rashford will put up 25 goals this year, and there will be no more conversation about whether or not he's a world class player. Marcus Rashford has stood up today. He came on. Think about it. He didn't play 90 minutes a day. He put up a hat trick in what, 30 minutes? What?
And you know what as well? On top of that, boys, on Rashi, he did it against RB Leipzig. This wasn't against Midgetland last night or something like that. This was against like a legit. They're semi-bloody finalists. So go on, Danny, mate. You're going to say something, bro?
No, just because Cam said he's like Rashford is world class. This is for all the Dragon Ball Z fans watching. Sorry, Terry, I know you're not a Dragon Ball Z man. Yeah. And I put this in the group chat. I'm going to say it publicly because I think that, you know, my Dragon Ball Z fans would appreciate this. Marcus Rashford is like Gohan. We've seen the signs early.
Yes.
Those signs were what he did in the big matches where he was clinical and he scored. Then we see in the small matches he weren't so clinical, but the signs were there. Yes. And now he's at a point where he's going to go from Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan 2 so quickly.
Where's
so quickly.
Where is
so quickly.
That is the most accurate analysis of Marcus Rashford I've ever heard.
You know what I
don't
know Dragon Ball Z, so I can't appreciate the reference, but I'll do a bit of research on it. What I would say about Rashford is this. 2 years ago in the Fan Park Live studio, I was telling people that this kid had the ability to become a tier 1 player. And tier 1s in the Premier League era include the likes of Cantona's and Rooney's and Thierry Henry's. And everyone laughed and said, you're absolutely off your head. He's only ever scored 13 goals in a season. I was like, boys, at the time he was like 19 years old on his way to turning 20. And I'm like, he's gonna come good. Last year, over 20 goals scored. Already got 9. He's got 9 goal contributions in 9 games so far this season. The kid's on absolute fire. So we want to hear your comments about Marcus Rashford and how good he is. Some super chats to do here. First of all, we are 3rd gen United fans. What my grandfather said, best decision was to stick with Sir Alex Ferguson. Mark my words, Ollie is the manager for United. Fred was superb. Fred was amazing tonight, wasn't he? He won every ball. He was great.
We need to do not church, and it's not even Sunday, fam. Pastor Frederick.
You know what we haven't talked about, though, enough right now is the fact that they didn't score. We haven't talked about that enough. At the start of the season, like, what was everybody talking about?
More than that.
We needed a defender.
They barely created a chance. Nothing. We needed a defender. We needed Upamecano. We needed all these players to keep our clean sheets. And now look, we're getting our shape back. Maguire's got that bad feeling off his back clearly because let's be honest.
I want to hear from iTest as well. I want someone to share the link with iTest, not publicly right now, because iTest was saying the other day that we've become better defensively because we've sacrificed our attack since we returned from international break, and of course we needed to improve our defensive areas because we conceded 13 goals or something in our opening 4 or 5 games across all competitions. We've not, the teams haven't scored against us, as an example, 2 own goals, and there've been 3 own goals in that. We're barely conceding. Where were the gilt-edged chances tonight? Barring the header, there was no RB Leipzig, who are famed for playing open, expansive, free-flowing, high-press, sort of Gegenpress football, the future of football, with a philosophy that everyone can name and talk about because there's an option for it. The Nagelsmann feature on FIFA probably. Create an opening against us. And by the way, that was with Victor Bindersoff and the fridge at the back. And we kept them absolutely quiet. It's
the fridge and the freezer. The freezer.
we need to realize as well, like Ollie did something that if he was a PE teacher and didn't know what he's doing, wouldn't do. He saw what happened before international break, saw what he was trying to do was not working. So he went back to basics, went back to the structure that got us in the top 4 in the first place. You gotta respect him. I'm not saying you've got to love Ollie, but you gotta give the man the respect that he deserves for noticing he went wrong and fixing it. And now, hopefully, he can use it. And now, hopefully, he can go forward now and use this as a platform to continue to make the right decisions and do well. That's all we want.
Sorry to interrupt you, KJ. And it's that thing where people think this man's like some mental midget. They think he's small. They think he can't make big decisions. They think he's weak. Dropping Paul Pogba's not weak. You see Van der Beek's response when he came off the pitch, clapping, high fives. Did you see the camera hunting him, cutting to him several times to get that disappointed nod?
Yeah, exactly. No. And you know what I said? If the result goes as we want it to, it's not a story. But if we'd have drawn 1-1 and then they brought him on, we had conceded gone 1-1, brought him on, and we didn't win the game. That would have been the picture. It would have been Ollie makes mistake. They do it on purpose. It's Netflix. It's to create a narrative and a story. That there's no doubt about it. Rome here again for super chat. We are going to go through some more of your super chats. They're coming through thick and fast. Do us a big favor. 3,000 people watching. Please sign up to our mailing list and our newsletter in the description below. An amazing new website coming out. One of the biggest things we're putting into this website is going to be a Hall of Fame and league table. All of our members and our super chat contributors to rank you from top to bottom, the most influential on the channel, the most and sort of the biggest contributors. Of course, legend members are going to go straight in there. Man like Zayn, I told you, he's beyond the. We're going to give Zayn his own statue.
I know, he is Thanos, fam. That's what Zayn is, bro.
Zayn,
valid Hall of Fame.
Zayn, when we build football terrace towers, we are making a statue of you, Zayn. You're going to go number 1 in the Hall of Fame list on the website when it's built. But make sure you sign up to the newsletter right now in the description below. Go on, Nick.
Bring back up that super chat, the last one. Yeah, listen, and we took. That's why that talk in the international break about all the disharmony around Manchester United and arguments and infighting and not trusting this. What we saw today, and obviously Bruno came out and dismissed it before we even came back for international break, but today was evidence of that. As you mentioned, Pogba and the likes had been dropped in previous weeks. They started today. There was no sulking. They went out and did their job professionally. Van der Beek comes off after his first start after being locked up clearly because everyone's saying free Van der Beek. You know, so I got Mandem inside in the bin, but Van der Beek looked very happy in the bin that he was in. And he comes off. He's high-fiving Ollie. Bruno comes on. And he said, my captain, I rate that, you know, we need more than one captain on the field. And Bruno's proved that. And he comes on, it's not about Bruno now. He's trying to pass to Cavani. He's giving the penalty to Martial. Everyone is trying to set up a next man. The only time where someone was a bit selfish was Rashford when he tried to go for the hat-trick. And he deserves it. We're 3-0 up. He's got the 2 goals. He wants to go for that hat-trick. But when the chance came, he could have asked Bruno, let me have this penalty. Let me have this penalty for the hat-trick. And he didn't do it. The team chemistry we have on and off the field is sublime. It's sublime, and it's down to Ollie. Credit the players for getting on board. Yes, Ollie has implemented and brought that.
When Bruno came on,
to say sorry, I'm just excited. Sorry, Cam. Just because Neek's just triggered something. The way he stood up Upamecano when he should have played in Martial, stood him up, FIFA'd him, faked him, passed 2 more man, didn't finish. But my God, like
MBE powers, fam.
So make no mistake about it. Like all of these people who have doubted this boy and nitpicked this boy. Like I saw Martial do things today. If Rashford did it, they would have been clipped out on Twitter during the game.
Exactly. And me and Nick were talking about that at half time. And it wasn't to have a go at Martial. It's just the standard of people. Like one guy makes a mistake. Like Rashford can make one mistake and that's his game written off. Where other players can make 10 mistakes and score a winning goal, and it's like everything's forgotten. And I just have that same energy for all of our players. And I think for me, a lot of what you said about Rashford, it isn't just what he's doing this season, though. This is what I want to stress to people. Rashford, in his last 52 games for Manchester United, now has 42 goal contributions. He's closing on 100% goal contributions to game ratio. And for an inside forward, it's very key to count both assists and goals. He's growing, and he's still 22. He might have just turned 23, actually. I might be wrong. Someone will call me out. No, he's 20. Oh, he's 20 in 3 days' time. He turns 23, but he's 22 years of age. what he's doing at his age is absolutely outstanding, and he's going to keep getting better. And what I love about Rashi so much is it's his work rate and his determination to continue to get better. We've seen a lot of young kids break into this Man United squad in the last 7-8 years since Fergie, Adnan Januzaj, James Wilson to stand out as two. And I don't think they had the right. I think they believe they'd made it as soon as they started playing in the first team. Where Rashford, for me, I saw some comments going, Greenwood should start in front of Rashford moving forward. I want Rashford to think, I might lose my place here, because I know Rashford will go to training or come on and try even harder. And now I know Greenwood's going to push himself harder. That's what you want. You want this team to love each other and respect each other, but want to keep each other out. There's no coincidence to me that David De Gea has returned to his best. Now, Dean Henderson, who wants to start.
Do you see what Martial said about Cavani? Do you see what Martial said about Cavani?
That he can learn from him.
He said Cavani is a great player. He's got a lot of experience. I can learn from him, but I still want to be the number one. So I'm going to push myself. And this season, you're going to see the best Anthony Martial. When have we heard him speak like this before?
Never.
We've never. He barely speaks.
Because Ollie has created the environment to make that possible and plausible. Cam, listen, bro, I'm going to get some new callers in, mate. Cam, thank you very much for coming on, my bro. I really do appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Next up, we've got Lincoln, who's been waiting patiently in the background. And Lincoln did a super chat on the channel. And I've always called him out for not doing that when he did one on Arrival. He cheated on me. Thank you, bro.
On, you always bring that up, fam. I told you, you're Agent Bad Vibes. I told you in the group chat. Agent Bad Vibes.
Lincoln. Give me your thoughts on the game, bro.
Fam, they called us overrated FC. They called us ungenerational talents FC. They called us overpriced FC. They called us slabhead FC. They called us fridge FC. Depth FC, fam. Depth. Look at the depth, man. Put on Bruno Fernandes for Van der Beek. Put on Cavani for Greenwood or whatever. Look at the depth in our squad. Like,
I've got a better name than Depth FC. Girth FC.
Yo, I love how man got handle his hips and everything. Say it with your chest, Lincoln.
Lincoln, I'm one. I love to see it.
Like Indiana here as well. By the way, hang on, wait. You know, it's one thing tonight. Where would the Chelsea and Arsenal man at? Where would the Chelsea Arsenal man?
Terry.
Yeah, where were they?
In the group chat, Jem's trying to talk about Ziyech's goal against bloody Krasnodar. Get out of
I
here,
don't
man.
want to hear that. I don't care. I don't hear about any Arsenal, any Chelsea. I do not care. I do not care.
Indiana, give me your thoughts on the game, bro. Give me your thoughts on the game, Indiana.
I thought the game management was brilliant. The man management, Donny van der Beek, the passing lanes, just covering things. Covering players who were pushing forward, putting Fred on the right in front of Wan-Bissaka. That was brilliant. Just to cover those spaces and work hard. That's the reason why Pogba was on the left, not the right. Just nullified them completely. Everything about the game was perfect. The substitutions, defensively, Fred's work rate, and he was up for it. He's a box-to-box player. He's not a CDM, so you need to stop thinking that. He's a box-to-box player who was in his element tonight. He was enjoying himself. They all looked happy. They all looked like they were enjoying themselves, working hard for each other. And somebody wants, I'm looking at the TV now, somebody wants this guy in this ridiculous jacket. And I just don't know why.
Leave the drip, blood. Leave the drip alone. He was dripping, fam.
You know what, Lincoln?
Terry, I need an analogy about that jacket from you, please, at some point.
I quite like the jacket, to be fair. I like Nagelsmann.
I had one in 2016.
Guys, all slow down. I rate Nagelsmann. I think Nagelsmann will be a manager of the future. I still think he's a top level manager. The problem here is people completely disrespect Ollie and talk about no tactics, no in-game management, PE teacher. And this is where they all end up embarrassing themselves, because this isn't the first time Ollie has beaten somebody that's rated as a future god manager or already a god man. This isn't the first time Ollie's done this. It isn't like, it's a random achievement that's come out of nowhere. This is literally what Ollie's been doing since he's been the Man United manager. And if we can, and people keep saying, when's he going to start being consistent? He's been consistent over the last 32 games. You don't win 72% of your matches over a 32-game period without being consistent. Anyone that wants to argue with, now people say, well, what about before that? Well, before that, we know he wasn't consistent. But then you take a point where you say he's got to become more consistent, and you measure. It's like going to work tomorrow, having your 1-to-1, and your boss saying, right, your performance isn't good enough. You've got to try these new 3 techniques. And from that point, it's like a new era starts. And if from that point you improve, that's where you get judged from, because that's when you were given the advice and the 1-to-1. Ollie had he's dressing down from the fans, and it was back in January when his win percentage was at 39%. Since that point, 72%, outstanding. We're going to add some viewer calls in here. We're going to add some people in. When I throw you in, ask your question, I'll make your point, and then we'll jump on to the next person. You're all going to get about a minute or so each. First person up is going to be, is it Slick Talk? You better be a slick talker with a name like that, bro. What you saying? That. Not even got slick internet, let alone slick talk. Next up, we've got Hectic PFC. What you saying? What you saying? Nope. If you're gonna come on the show, you got to speak. You got to I'm gonna throw you in. This is Zusorama Ramda, something like that. Actually, I'm gonna go to an easier name for me to say. Josh.
Wait.
Josh. Yeah. What you saying, Josh?
Yo, that's what I'm talking about. If Ollie was like my PE teacher, my PE teacher in high school was an absolute shambles. So if I am saying anything, I want Ollie to be my PE teacher. That is what I'm talking about. Nagelsmann, Guardiola, Mourinho, all of these big names, and they're still saying it's a PE teacher. No, man, get out of here. That's great. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're over the moon. Everybody's over the moon with that performance tonight. Who was your standout player?
Rashford, brilliant, coming off, changed the game completely. But I've got big shout outs for Fred. Like he was a machine in that midfield, man. I would call him man of the match if it wasn't for stats. Everyone says Rashford's going to get it, but Fred dominated. He workman performance, and he just smashed it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Just absolutely, as you say, out of this world. He truly was. Josh,
Paul Scholes smiled. Yes.
More callers. Thank you very much, Josh. Next caller here. What you saying, bro? He's gone.
Yo, can I say something quickly? Because we're talking about depth, yeah? We're talking about depth.
Depth FC.
The Glazers and Woodward still don't get any credit for this. Them pagans deserve nothing, okay? Yeah. They have mistreated and misrun this club for 7 years. So yes, we have got depth now. But it's not by some genius planning. It's by Ollie getting the tools what he's been given and making it work for us right now. You know what I'm saying? So them pagans and that beanhead get no credit until I see it 7 years down the line and we continue to have a good squad and continue to have excellent management of the club.
On top of that,
go on.
To both your points, well, to Terry's point before, it's the evolution. That's what we're going to see next. You can't pigeonhole Ollie now and say, oh, he only, beats the big teams when he plays 3-5-2. You can't say that now. We beat them with a diamond. This is a new. Listen, I keep warning people.
I hear you. We got warning people. Marty and Gabriel will handle the United attack. Don't worry, they will be well drilled.
You know what? That's a good point from Zane. I'm glad Zane brought this up. You see, listen, this is where you'll know if we've turned the corner. Usually after a result like this, we start feeling ourselves. We expect to win the next game convincingly, and we drop the ball.
Yeah.
We will learn a lot about these players.
Danny? What's the difference now? What's the difference? I'll tell you what the difference is, and I've been speaking about this for a long time. Competition for places. With players like Fred playing the box-to-box, Donny van de Beek, Bruno, Pogba. Up top, we now have 4 strikers for 2 positions. Goalkeepers. Henderson is breathing down De Gea's neck, keeping everybody sharp. This is why it's different now.
That Twanzebe performance against PSG, that has to put Maguire, Lindelof on their toes.
Yeah, they got shook. They got shook.
Tell us, Luke Shaw.
Guys, we've got a few more people to add into the stream here. We've got man like David, and we've got him. He's here. I hope he's smiling and positive and doesn't just say that it's because Nagelsmann got it wrong. It's man like Aaron in the house. What's going on, bro?
Aaron, are you still worried, bro?
Is he all in?
Are you still worried?
Bro, you might hear me. Aaron, let me ask this question first, Aaron. How amazing was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's boys tonight?
Gotta hold my hands up, Ollie. You got it spot on today, fam. Honestly, Gotta give it to you, man. Gotta give it to you. But what?
Can you sing Ollie's at the Will?
No.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that today.
Nah, but listen, what a performance from the boys from start to fucking finish. These players out there today were animals, and I was worried about Leipzig being the animals today because they did exactly what I predicted. They pressed, but we pressed more than them. Like that is unseen. We pressed more than fucking RB Leipzig, who are known for pressing. Like, soon as we lost the ball, we hunted these guys. We did everything in our power to get that ball back. And when we did, we stayed calm, played the ball around. I remember in the group chat, I was telling Terry, we need to stop this playing out from the back business. It didn't work out once, but all the rest of the time, it worked out perfectly. Yeah. So there's literally nothing I can take from this game.
No, we got
Aaron, we nullified
Sorry,
it.
sorry, Terry,
Yeah.
quickly. I need to go on to do my stream, but listen.
All right, then, bro. All right, mate.
Big up, man.
Do you know what I'd say about tonight, right? What we got perfect tonight was the balance. We played out at the right times. We went long at the right times. We pressed at the right times. We sat back at the right time. I want to go to some of the rivals here because obviously we love the rival chat here. David, how good, how amazing and top class for Rashford and Man United tonight.
Oh, I mean, I'm a bit shocked for not talking about Chelsea beating Krasnodar 4-0. But since we want to talk about United, so much. No, hey, Rashford's one of them people you can't hate on Rashford. You just can't. He's a Man United player, but I respect him so highly on and off the pitch. So I ain't gonna diss him. But yeah, no, you got everything spot on. When Leipzig looked like they were about to get back in the game, that's when Ollie made his substitutions, brought on Bruno, brought on Rashford. And when Rashford was through on goal and he was onside, you saw that you saw the difference between like an average player and a class player because he carried on and finished. How many times have you seen with these new rules where the offside flag goes up a bit later when players just like, oh, I'm offside, so I'll just miss. Or like, I won't take it seriously.
That was the moment. You know when people say, Rashford is not intelligently stupid. Like, no, he isn't. He isn't stupid. So just stop with this nonsense. The geezer's class. And do you know what I noticed as well tonight? What you just said there. There was that 10-minute period in the second half where Leipzig started coming on strong and we lost the grip of the game. And I'm like, And then Ollie made the right changes. And it took about a minute or two for us to settle. And then bang, we were the dominant force. We got the second goal. And then RB Leipzig capitulated. We made them.
They went for it. They went for it because that's all they could do. And
but then their heads went. Then they completely went. And we made RB Leipzig, the semi-finalists from last year, top of the Bundesliga, collapse. And again, you don't have to think he's prime Fergie or prime Klopp or prime Pep. But for anyone to ever utter the words, I'm actually making a statement on chat. If anyone comes on the channel and ever says it again, I will ban them forever from the football terrace. If they ever come on again and says that Ollie One doesn't have any tactics of any sort or any football understanding, those words will get you banned because it's a dumb statement and I can't allow dumb people to damage my brain cells anymore.
Yo, Terry, remember?
Again, you're banned.
Terry, remember before the game when we called in and then you asked me what I expect from this game? And I said to you, I expect every one of these players today to know that Leipzig are known for, the whole pressing thing, flooding the box, which they did. Like, it's one thing talking about it, but when you actually see it, it's quite impressive. Like, once they got the ball, they just flood the box. It's crazy, ridiculous. And I said in the group chat, just watching this game, I was physically tired because of that intensity. Like, it was just... From minute one, like it was mad crazy. But credit to the boys because the defending today, man. Paul Pogba was defending. I was like, what's going on? Like, flipping out. Like, what?
Yo, can I just say,
speaking about defending,
Paul Pogba was every single touch. Man was doing 360 spins in the first 10 minutes.
The nip and tuck.
He was looking
beautiful.
I mean, the best goalkeeper in Europe right now is Edu Mendy.
I want to go
talking about your team, bro.
I want to go to Anita on this. Give me your thoughts on Man United tonight, Neats.
I ain't gonna lie. Obviously, I was talking smack in it. That's why I always come back when I know that I'm wrong. I always come back in it. I know I was one of them ones that said, "Oh, they ain't got no tactics." Blah blah blah. Listen, I've held my hands up. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. Today, I won't say it was like a proper masterclass or nothing, but it was such a great performance. It was a great performance from every.
I think you're gonna get yourself banned.
Pardon?
Terry's
You're
face
gonna
when you
get,
said
you're gonna
that.
get yourself
He was
banned.
like,
That was a masterclass.
Wait, Terry, before you ban me, hear me out. It was a really, really good match. I really think Leipzig, they did come out and they did give it all that they've got. And I saw David made a few statements that they didn't even have a couple of their players, but I don't think it mattered today. I think Ole went out, he put the right team out from the jump, and then he made the absolute correct changes at the exact right time. And when the changes came on, when Rashford came on and what's his name?
Bruno.
And Bruno came on, I said, this is the perfect time they're gonna get beaten. And that was actually quite beautiful. I won't lie. What it was like, what was you gonna say?
I was gonna say, what makes you say it wasn't a masterclass?
I say it wasn't a masterclass, because I ain't gonna give Man United that kind of.
We accept that.
Yeah, all right.
Rival, that's what I rate.
Yeah, we can accept that.
Like I've said, it isn't about
But
people.
you know, I'll always come back and hold my hands up. Like, you guys had a great match.
I
Just
get
next
that.
time, you have to show your face in the
Big up,
Guys,
man.
1 second. The crowd we don't know where he is. We want him to come throw himself into the back room area. Where is he, Gal? Everybody wants Josh is a Spurs fan. I'm gloating here. Tell me how amazing my football team were tonight, mate.
Honestly, I can't believe it. Like, I just can't. Football's such a funny game. Look where you were after you lost to us, and the Ollie out brigade. It's just insane the way that you can turn on a performance like that. You're looking like a top team. I'm not going to get carried away and say that you're going to consistently challenge for the league or something, but with those kind of players, you've got it in you. And the thing that I'm so happy about is that we've caught you cold. We caught you, when you didn't have much of a pre-season, battered you, and now you're coming into form just in time to batter Arsenal. So I'm supporting United this weekend.
Josh, you put on that point there, and I was talking to Neeks at half time, and I was saying, look, I'm not going to get carried away with this and start talking about X, Y, and Z. When we got beat 6-1, I was fuming like everybody was, and I was worried about the future of the club and Ollie and everything. 2 hours later, we went live because Liverpool got beat 7-2. And I said on the show, and nearly every panelist and nearly everyone in the comments said I was clutching at straws trying to defend Man United because they got beat 7-2. And then I started looking at other results in Europe at the beginning of the season. And there were so many abnormalities with big teams getting beat by minnows, but not getting beat 1-0, getting slapped. And I'm like, could there be something in that? No, United are just trash. And United, as we've got fitter, we have become better. And if we'd have see these last 4 games, if that would have been the start of our season, I guarantee you it would have been United could win the league this year. If we'd started the season off how we've been. So we have improved. It now becomes about making this more consistent. As an example, injuries will play a part and everything else in this. But I think you're absolutely right when you say that, mate. I really, really do. Comment here from Jerome, who's a Spurs fan, says, I agree with Anita. It was not a masterclass, but just brilliant counter-attacking. Your manager knows how to play against the high pressure.
You better be saying this because you're a Spurs fan. You don't want to give us credit. You don't actually believe that. You know it's a masterclass deep down. Fam. Like it was 5-0, bro.
Jerome is a big super chat contributor. So Jerome, I love you and I agree with you. Thanks, mate.
Anita. Suddenly 0-0 against Man United doesn't look too bad.
I'm taking it.
Context and perspective are always so important sometimes. And maybe your manager that everyone's currently going after saw how good United were looking and thought, you know what, I need to shut up shop because you know what, in the second half, you'd have opened up against us. That's what Bruno and Rashford would have done to you. And he made it right. And sometimes we can be very myopic as football fans and look at that one game as like it's the last game of football we're ever going to see. And it has to be the one that entertains us the most, rather than going, there's another 45 games to come this season across all competitions. Maybe we should all slow down a little bit.
That's why the VDB nonsense was nonsense, fam, because they're acting like it was 20, 30 games in the season. He's played 3 games. We've got so many games in the most congested football season we're ever going to see, and you want him to start every game. If he got injured, because we played him 5 games in a row, you would have been complaining that he got played too early.
Exactly.
So
just let the comment section know, like we do for the last 15 minutes of all of our streams now, to pay homage to our members. We've got member chat only for the remainder of the stream. So if you want to get your comments in, you can become a member from as little as 99 pence per month. as we've said, when you sign up to that newsletter, you're going to get announcements around the new website. The new website's on the way. I was telling Neats about the new website, and some of the technology we're going to have involved in this is going to be amazing. It's coming soon. But we are going to dedicate a whole page to our members and our Super Chat contributors. It's going to be a Hall of Fame table from the biggest contributors right down to everybody that helped make the channel what it is. And one of the reasons we're not going in a new direction. They've got some big announcements coming very, very soon to the channel. And we've been picked by a rather large company to partner with. And the reason they want to partner with us is because we make the shows about you, the viewers. And we're never going to move away from that. So I appreciate everybody, but what we do have to do is pay homage to the people that pay and contribute, because they're the reason that we can afford to now build this website we're doing. Some of the tech that we're going to have, when I tell you that some of the biggest sports broadcasts in the world don't have this tech on their websites, it's going to be amazing. And members are going to get that for free. People that sign up for the newsletter are going to get that for free. So go into the description now, get yourself signed up for that. Thank you to Jess and to Jello for both becoming members on the Football Terrace Academy members. I really do appreciate that. Thank you all very, very much. Where's he, Gal? Where's he, Gal?
Yo, guys, Terry, yeah. Thanks for having me on.
Comment.
Yo, Josh, I just want to quickly
comment
say,
from Malik about
Josh,
Meccano.
quickly want to say, I see the fresh trim, fam. I respect it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Yeah, had to chop it off.
I can't see the comment.
I can't believe no one's talking about us beating Krasnodar 4-0. We were calling today.
Wait. Actually, talking about that, wasn't there also a moment in that game where you guys were under the cosh, you weathered the storm, and then slapped them, man? So he's not. So you guys are allowed to do that. Are we allowed to do that? Because if we are, cool.
Bro, I came on here and said I respect you guys. It was a mad game.
No, I'm not saying you, bro.
All right, Dave. We respect you, Dave.
You defended so well.
We respect you, Dave.
By the way,
to 4-3-3.
Guys, I just got the amount of people signing up is crazy. Thank you, Dwayne Anderson, very much for your super chat. Mr. H for becoming an official member. Thank you, Kevin, for your super chat. Says United nil, Arsenal. Sorry, 4 Arsenal nil, Rashford hat-trick. That would be.
I hope so.
What an amazing Sunday that would be. What an amazing Sunday.
Just after his birthday as well.
Yeah, Ratchet's birthday. Can you imagine?
Cavani bagging a couple.
A member. Brandon, thank you for becoming a member. I think Jess went and upgraded the membership.
Jesse's a regular of Midnight Vibes, part of Vibes FC.
There we go. All contributing. Thank you. Look, we've got a Tottenham fan in the house become a member with us. Well, pick up yourself. Hit the like and share button, people. Over 3,000 people tuning in. Man United, officially the best team in the Champions League so far this season.
You've got to respect it.
What I want to speak about though, quite a few.
Jen, are you fuming, bro?
I can't show my face today. No.
Show the Brillo pad, man.
So let's talk about Chelsea, shall we?
Let's Jem, are you eating?
Who gives a crap about Man United?
Jem, you've got to sort your microphone out, bruv, because it's really making a lot of noise. I'm actually being serious.
Making out with your mic, fam? Because that's what
are you eating that mic, or are you speaking into it? Like?
What does it sound like?
Okay, there we go. That's better, fam.
Do you know what? It was laying on my mouth.
All right, guys. I want to talk about something to do with the Champions League, because we're still a little way in. Thank you all for the member comments that are coming through. Really appreciate it. When we did the show where we did the draw for the Champions League, I know quite a few of you were on it and you contributed. The first words out of everybody's mouth, and David, you were the biggest guy laughing on the show. I remember.
I said you'd make it through.
When we drew out Leipzig and Paris Saint-Germain, everyone was like, United have finished. All us rivals this and United fans, how shocked are you at our start in the Champions League? Because I don't think anyone, even the most diehard United fan, expected 6 points out of 6. What are you saying, David?
I'd probably expect you to drop points at least once. But I did say you'd beat Leipzig at least once, definitely. And I said that all you had to do is beat PSG once. But I predicted you guys to go through your group. So it doesn't I didn't expect you to do this well. Obviously, no one expected 5-0. But yeah, I'm not too shocked by it.
I said this. I said it's the group of death, but not for us. I said that.
You did say that.
I put the tweet out. I got it out on the record. It frustrated me immediately. So predictable. Everyone on Twitter, oh, look at this group, Champions League, different level, different standards. I said, no, it's a hard group for PSG and Leipzig as well. Like, why is it just a hard group for Manchester United?
I
the
said
way people have written us off after 5 games.
Danny, you
Listen,
talk there when you win, bruv. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I
just
talk there when we
before
lose.
I leave, please? Let me just say something.
I mean, do you
before
want to
I
put your
leave.
weeb on and show your
Let
face,
me
or just
just
leave?
say something before I leave, Danny. Yeah, let me just say something before I leave. Congratulations, Man United. I said that Man United weren't gonna come out of their group. I'm still not sure, but with the way things are looking, I won't be surprised if you guys win your group, not just come out, win your group. And I'm looking forward to it. I think it's definitely still the group of death. You guys have the most interesting matches, and you guys have a very good shot of coming out. But yeah, I need to go. Congratulations, United, and I hope you guys win this weekend. Bye.
A member comment here says, Terry, do you still think Ollie will get sacked? And do you know what?
Yes.
No, what I said is that I did the news. Listen, 2 things that I said. I covered the news. So when I read the news article, I'll present it to you. I honestly felt that if those 5 games after the international break, if they were negative performances and poor results, I said and I felt that he could lose his job. But we've been almost perfect since that point. So I don't think there's any way, shape, or form he can lose his job. Now.
I still reckon he can. Not now, but I reckon this season, if we go for any bad, no. If we go for any bad patch, I don't. Wait, Josh. We're dealing with Manchester United's board here.
Look, let me tell you why.
Wait. We have no idea what these men are going to do at any moment.
Nonsense.
Danny, you say nonsense. No. You say nonsense.
I'm sorry. You're giving yourself an out. No, I'm not having it. No, I'm sorry. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. KJ, you're doing a David and you're doing a Prime. You're giving yourself an out. No, yes, you are. You're giving yourself an out and you're flip-flopping.
How am I flip-flopping? I've always been against the board, bro.
No, let me be clear. No, you're flip-flopping in case Ollie gets sacked. Ollie will only get fired. Okay, let me see. You said he would get sacked. You have said it. Let me be clear. Yes. Ollie will only get fired if top 4 is not a possibility. The board have been consistent for 7 years. Get top 4, you keep your job. Don't get top 4, you get fired. We know what they're going to do.
And look how early we are in the season, brother. I can't sit here and say he's secure for the rest of the season. I can't.
I can say he's secure because he will get top 4. I've been saying it. Like, everybody wants to raise the bar higher and say title challenge and other stuff so they can undermine him and try to sack him. If he gets top 4 or looks like he's going to get top 4, he's not getting fired. People need to accept that.
Look, for me as a neutral, what I see is, I don't care what happens at Man United, but what I've seen here, which I did not expect, is the players have come out after, a bad run of results and everyone calling for Ollie's head, and they've backed him on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I don't think he is going to go anywhere this season.
And Josh is absolutely right in that, and that's what we didn't know. No Man United. Everyone can have an opinion when the international break went, but we didn't know what the response from the players would be. And the one thing Ollie's got on his side reminds me a little bit of Ralph Hasselhoff. Yeah, like what it reminds me of him when he got beat 9-0, whatever it was. It was like, most managers don't recover from that, but his team fought for him, and they got them to a point now where maybe that was the best result that ever happened to them. And who knows how Man United season is going to pan out. But maybe that 6-1 drumming and the fallout and the media going for his neck, maybe that just galvanizes the team somewhat. And look, my hope is that it has the same effect as the sign and the media going after Fergie with, thanks for, Terrace, thanks for trying, but Terrace, Sir Alex, and then a last-minute equaliser in an FA Cup game that turns things around. Of course, we want that as Man United fans, but you're right, Josh. The galvanization, the togetherness of this group is impeccable. And what we're starting to see is the players come out and talk literally and talk publicly and perform on the pitch with how they should be when these situations are looking a little bit peak. And like with Martial's comments saying, I love the competition. I'm great. I'm happy Cavani's here, but that's my position. I'm going to fight for it. But you can see their interaction with each other. It's smiles and happiness. It's that kind of, I don't know if you've ever worked in a team or been part of a sports team. I used to compete in the same sections as 2 of my best mates when I was a kickboxer. We'd fight each other physically, and I was in training and I wanted to beat them, but we had a great friendship, and all it really did was make all of us better. And I feel that at Man United massively.
Yeah, I was going to say about the media is that whether you're Ollie in, or Oli out. Don't always believe what the media tell you. Don't all these Duncan Castles and sport witnesses and stuff. Don't always believe what they tell you. You say that the Oli outers will say that don't believe what the media will tell you. But then when they hear stuff about the dressing room, and then Bruno ranting on Maguire, ranting on Oli, ranting on all these guys, and they say my captain, Oli out. And then when Bruno just denies it, they just go back into the show. Like, don't always believe what they say.
We know the media are up. So we know the media are up. So we know this, and forever will be. Them man need to get got. But where I'm coming from with where I stand with Oli in terms of I still think you'll be sacked this season, is because it's nothing to do with him as a manager or a man. To be fair, it's just I know that this United team go through peaks and troughs. And knowing this board and not trusting this board, if we go through a trough and it's bad enough, they still will do it. They still will.
No,
and that's my main concern. That's why I'm waiting.
I'll stand by what I said 3 weeks ago. If they seriously want Poch, I don't really care whether Oli wins or loses. Just get rid of him and bring Poch in, because that element of you really want him, you don't really want Oli. You're going to look for a reason at some point. You just delaying the inevitable. However, that's how I feel about the board's operation. I've said all along, my sole objective as a Man United fan when it comes to talking about manager is to protect the position of Man United manager. So I don't believe in player power just because, it might get rid of a manager I dislike. That's what I see of a lot of United fans, and the Oli outers are in that category, is they will yield on their own morality to get what they want, as opposed to saying, you know what, I'm not really a fan of Oli, but I don't want player power to be a part of my club. I don't want the board to disrespect him and behave unprofessionally and make us look stupid. They don't care about any of that as long as it gets them what they want. And I've got a serious issue with human beings that behave in that way. Like this kind of any look at this. We see it all the time in life, don't we? Where it doesn't matter what somebody does, it's the person who does it as to whether or not we say it's a good or a bad thing. And for me, that's where the issue is. I think Ollie's job's safe for now and the time being, at least until well after Christmas, there's no doubt, but after this run of games, but it was definitely excellent. A comment here says the night belongs to Man United. Enjoy it, lads. Hashtag a Chelsea fan. Thank you, bro. Do you know what's mad about that as well? Like, Chelsea fans must have fought 4-0. It's going to be all about us.
No, we never did. It was Krasnodar. It was Krasnodar.
Do not ever mention Nagelsmann to me again. You can stay at Red Bull, mate. All right? I don't want
after it's one performance, it's one performance.
Literally.
That's the first time.
We also lost 4-0 literally last
funny
week.
though. It's after the conversation Jem had in the chat today.
Yeah, do you know what I mean, bro? Like, it just back to like what we're talking about.
Whenever he calls out a thing, just call him Naselman, fam.
Yo, Jem, but remember, this is their first loss of the season. Nagelsmann has only lost 7 games as RBL manager. That's impressive.
And wait a sec. And my point to that was look at the difference in leagues.
Yeah,
look at where he's playing and look at him coming over here.
The Bundesliga is a good league, and he got to the semi-final of the Champions League. What I love about Nagelsmann, he's young. He's younger than me, so that's how young he is. Right? He's very, very young. You give Nagelsmann the quality of player that Chelsea, Man United, even Arsenal. I think Arsenal, pound for pound, have better quality football players than
Leipzig.
Leipzig. I think he has.
I don't know about that.
I don't agree with that.
No, I do.
Really?
Upamecano.
Whoa.
But then you honestly, like, it's
not would be their best midfielder.
They definitely do.
Arsenal 1 or 2, but then when you start to really go through it, you start to scrape. But the system's very, very good. You give Leipzig the Arsenal squad, the Tottenham squad, the United squad, the City squad, Chelsea squad, and there'd be an absolute force. And he's probably 5 or 6 years away from maybe even being ready for a Man United or a Chelsea, but who knows? Boys, I appreciate you all coming on, having your say. Massive well done to Man United. Tomorrow, though, things start to heat up. Yes, we're going to cover the Europa League games, but we're talking about that right now. By the way, Arsenal are playing Dundalk, and that's the part of Ireland I spent a lot of time in back when I was married. It's right where my son lives, right near where he lives, Dundalk. So go smash them tomorrow night, boys. But tomorrow night we're going to be running an Arsenal Man United preview, and then on Friday, got to confirm the time, but we've got man like DT on the show previewing the Arsenal game as well. So make sure you guys are tuning in. What's the matter? What's going on?
This guy, he never turns up when his team loses, but I bet they'll win tomorrow and he'll go, we're the best team. We're going to get Champions League.
I always said he's not allowed to show up on days where Arsenal are playing contractually. That's why he's never here. So that is the Ducks, to be fair. Listen, everyone who's tuned in, thank you. Please smash the like button for us. Thank you for all the super chats tonight. Final word I'm going to say is this. Marcus Rashford, you have been maligned. You have been overly criticized. You have been ripped apart. You have been disrespected. You have been undermined. And I'm not just talking about the Tories. It's not just the Tories that have been doing that to you. It's quite literally the whole of world football has slept on your talent for far too long. I've always kept the faith. I know most real Man United fans have always kept the faith in you. You are our star boy. Congratulations for everything you have done to feed so many millions of children around this country. Your performances this season have been absolutely out of this world. I'm praising you so much because, one, I love you. Secondly, I'd love you to come on the show one day. Maybe one day, Rashi, you could do that. I doubt it, but maybe one day you could. Big up yourself for your first professional hat-trick tonight in the Champions League against the team top of the Bundesliga, Champions League semi-finalists last year. Rashi, big up yourself, my friend. Until next time, everyone, take care of yourselves. Good night. God bless. And we'll see you all again very, very soon.